Hello everyone, Spud here, and in today's video I want to talk to you guys about Battlefield 1, whether or not I think that it should have night maps. Now for those of you who played Battlefield 4 through its life cycle, you know that when DICE released night maps, at least some of the community like myself was actually really happy about it, because I always found the night gameplay to be drastically different from everything else in the game. It changed up the balance, it changed up the way you would approach areas. You can now use the cover of night to approach and not necessarily always have to be directly behind something, especially if you moved low and fast. It was fun, it was different, it was energizing, and I really did enjoy the tight gameplay. It gave there's actually a reason to have these IR&V scopes in the game, and the flashlights as well. I mean, flashlights, I'm not sure if I've ever seen anyone really run with a flashlight competitively in any map other than a night map, and so it gave a lot of purpose to a lot of these gadgets. I know some people didn't like it because one, sniping was near impossible on a night map, and some other issues. You know, the ranges were drastically reduced when you were playing here because of the limitations of the flashlights and the IR&V scopes. But I always just really liked it. I always found it really refreshing and just a good break from the rest of the game. However, you know, when you think about Battlefield 1, how it's going to be in World War II, I mean, if they tried to do night maps in that, they would have, like, limited resources in how they can make it work. Either they make the map naturally brighter and not allow any sort of attachment to enhance your vision, or they try and use just flashlights. And either way, you know, each method sort of has its downsides, but I would prefer if they would keep it around the same actual visible level and use flashlights. Now, I did actually go and research, and I looked up to see what type of flashlights were available during World War I, and there were a few, actually. One was a beacon army light that looks like you would strap onto your vest or something like that, or your jacket, I guess. And it was strapped on with a leather strap and just this sort of vertical flashlight. And that made me thinking, what, you know, if they had this night map and they had mounted flashlights off of the soldiers rather than the guns, that could be really interesting. Because one, that would light up your weapon. And one thing that always annoyed me when I was playing night maps is that you couldn't see your own gear. So if you had any cool stuff on it, it didn't really matter unless you were in the light. And two, while you sprint, it wouldn't jostle the light around as much. It would just be on the front of your soldier, and you know, you can switch it on or off depending on whether you wanted it. But I think that would be really cool, and it could bring some really tight, really frantic gameplay. Like, imagine the trench map at night that's as dark as it is in Zavod night shift. That would be so intense, so tight. I would really like to see that happen. However, at the same time, there are a lot of people who don't like the idea of night maps. One, because they just drastically reduce the effective range of all weapons. And one of the things with Battlefield 1 is that you're going into all these large, open, beautiful vistas that are being destroyed by the war and stuff. And all the maps I've seen have been fairly open and fairly long range focused. And so that seems to be in direct contrast to what a good night map would be, in my opinion. They couldn't do certain things that they can do in BF4, like say give thermal scopes for more effective range, because of course they weren't invented yet. And I mean, I'm not sure how many people would want to be running around with the bolt-action sniper rifle as the sniper class and, you know, have a flashlight strapped to their chest. I'm not sure, that really wouldn't work. So I mean, it would be interesting to see if they could pull off a good night map in Battlefield 1. But it would seem like it wouldn't quite work in the settings, but I still think if they did do it right, it could be one of the most fun maps in the game. Just how Zavod Night Shift is for me. I really enjoy it when I find a server playing Zavod. I wish there was actually one ran of dedicated, sort of like all the thousands of dedicated locker and metro maps, Jesus Christ. But, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that night maps would have a place in Battlefield 1, or do you think that this type of gameplay should be left to a more appropriate setting like modern day or sci-fi? Leave your comments down below. If you like the video, please leave a like. It really helps me out a lot. And if you like me and the content I produce, I'd really appreciate it if you guys drop the subscribe. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on my next video. Bye-bye.